Previously on Survivor. The old Neela members put a plan in motion to make sure one of them had an idol and was willing to play it for them.
We crumbled it all up. First paper we opened as a check mark, and all of us were just so happy. We're like, yes! Like, we just felt so much better.
But when it was announced that both tribes would be going to tribal council, everything changed.
Because the whole idea was to get an idol to whichever tribe needed it. If both tribes were going to need it, then we were screwed.
On the New Maison tribe, Cam and Leia worked with Cooper to flip on Angela.
You got what I was saying on the phone, right?
Yes.
It's my idol.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And on the New Neela tribe, Brittany, Matthew, and Mitch attempted the same with Thal to flip on Akshay.
Say, if he comes into power, convince him that we're worth saving.
Yet with Tarowski finding a second idol, old Neela found an opening.
These give me a lot of flexibility to do a whole lot of stuff.
At Maison's tribal, Tarowski and Leia both played idols, but a surprise split vote sent Cam packing. And when it was time for Neela's tribal, Thal played the remaining idol, ensuring that Mitch and or Brittany would have to flip on Matthew, or risk only old Maisons drawing rocks.
Matthew, grab your torch.
10 are left, who will be voted out tonight.
Sorry for how harsh I was.
I don't know what that is. That's not.
No, that's what happened. I'm just sorry, that's harsh. Gotta play your own game. Everybody does. So it's...
I had set up everything with Mitch and Brittany beforehand to pretty much come out of this without seeming like a liar in any way. I basically told them very straight up the prior week, if I get the idol, unfortunately one of you guys are going home. If I don't get the idol, I'll vote with you. I got the idol, one of them went home, and I promised Brittany and Mitch that I'd do my best to keep them both in the game, so they feel somewhat thankful to me now.
So hi Mom, didn't go too well this night, so...
When they put the votes on Matthew, maybe you could view it as flipping, but I didn't want to take a 50-50 chance at rocks just to save Brittany or Matthew. Didn't matter to me. You may view it as flipping, it's not a flip. It was the logical right move, and Brittany would have did the same, and she knew since I was flipping, out of respect for Matthew, she just wrote down Akshay's name, so.
It didn't even hit me that Matthew had gone home because I was so upset about what Akshay did, which was just so uncalled for. Honestly, it's straight up bullying. If I was at the top, which we sort of were, our tribe was at the top, when we used to dominate this game and we had our alliance of 6, I still talked to Shay and Nikhil like they were equal people to me and everyone else.
After Tribal Council, I also called Brittany and apologized to her for Akshay's behavior because Akshay was really insane. Akshay, I think, sincerely believes that he was purposefully kicked, but the fact that he went that hard at her and went for so long seemed unnecessary to me, and I don't know why he did that. Brittany, was trying to understand it on strategic terms, trying to figure out why strategically he would want to be targeting her like that, thinking that he might be thinking about an idol. No. It's Brittany. There's no strategy involved. This is just Akshay being Akshay.
It was like a 5-year-old argument. I didn't do it. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did.
She hopefully walked away from the conversation feeling like I was someone she might want to work with, at least more than Akshay.
I feel pretty good.
I correctly played the idol on Angela, and we split the votes between Cam and Leia incorrectly played one on her, and unfortunately Cam had to go.
Tarowski not only played an idol on Angela, he not only didn't play it for himself, but they split votes. So he played an idol for someone else, he wasn't protected, and he was willing to split votes. That is just the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Leia almost made me play the way she did, because she was so scared.
Yeah.
I was expecting her to get up immediately. I really miss my idols. They gave me such a sense of safety and control, and I don't really have that anymore, so I'm a little more vulnerable. I definitely wore them to class a few times. Both of them. It was just a huge win for us. So we had the numbers now up 6-4, and we're seemingly on top of the game. Can I talk to you, Tim?
I don't want to talk to you. You go off the list. About what?
I mean, you know, good for Tarowski. He played the idols completely correctly and we played them completely wrong. Since this game is so long, it's so much longer than like regular Survivor, which is just 39 days, you really form real relationships and get to know these people, and your allies become, at least in my case, like I feel like they're my friends. And after Tribal, even for a little while, like all I was thinking about, like I was just so sad for Cam.
Leia and Liz are obviously very, very upset at me right now, but I went up to them after Tribal and was like, I had no idea that was gonna happen. Like, Tarowski swore he was gonna play the idol for me. In reality, that was the first time that I pretty much had lied to Leia, period. I wanted to go into the merge with numbers for Neela, just so that I could more control the game instead of, I would have been at the complete mercy of whenever Leia wanted to like flip and start getting other Maison members out, where now I have control of when I want to flip and start getting Neela members out. It had to be done for my benefit.
If you think for 1 second that I believe Cooper didn't know that, you're wrong. I think Cooper knew the whole time what was going on. There wasn't much he could do about it. So he was like, I'm gonna like pretend like I'm on her side. It wasn't, I do think Cooper was protecting me, but I think he was very comfortable with the fact that 2 of my people were going home. Let me tell you, I don't like getting lied to. I lost my idol, I lost 2 allies, and I'm not particularly close with anyone from the other tribe, so I'm sitting in a horrible position. After Tribal ended, I said to myself, if I survive the next few Tribals, it's on Cooper's coattails. It's because he decided I would last those few Tribals, or I'd won immunity. So I was not happy. I was pissed.
I think everyone's assuming merge at 10 at this point. So like after kind of like middle of last week, I realized that Angela was super close with Tarowski and Thal just because Tarowski was dead set on giving her the idol. I definitely thought I was closer to him than like other people.
I think we'll be all right.
But I'm seeing, I always knew Thal and Kara were his number 1 and 2, but yeah, him being really close to Angela now kind of scares me, and so I wouldn't want to go to the final 6 with all Neela, just because I feel like Akshay and I are on the bottom of that.
And she's been going behind my back with Tarowski this whole week.
And I feel like Tarowski's the one kind of running that group of 4 and reaching out to a lot of Maison members too. I think Akshay and I are pretty ready to jump ship at this point, kind of realizing we're 5 and 6. And obviously I have connections on the Maison side that I can go right to anyway.
I was upset. I was upset at the way things went down, but I couldn't show it right away because obviously in like their minds, they're like, Tarowski was like, oh yeah, like I made the right call, like I saved like all of like the Neela people, now we're going up in the merge. So I'm like okay, perfect, sweet.
Great, yeah.
Nice. I had a pretty good conversation with Liz. I kind of explained to her, I was like, so here's the position I'm in. I feel like I'm on the bottom of Neela. So the way I put it to her was like, it was essentially her Leia. Like I want to like go far in this game with one of them, and I kind of chose her. So I was like, my game feels like it's being reset right now, and I just need to like pick somebody to talk strategy with.
Yeah, I talked to Akshay last night, and I was pretty much just like, okay, we are pretty clearly on the bottom of this.
Yeah.
We need to start talking about when's the best time to make a move. And we kind of came to the conclusion, we're assuming like there's gonna be a merge, so merge at 10. We kind of came to the conclusion that the best time to make a move was at 9. So against like the foursome of Angela, the Alexes, and Kara. Like if we go at them at 9, then obviously like me and Akshay will flip. There'll be 3 Maison people probably left at that point, and then we...
Honestly, like, I think we both know you're my only chance in the game at this point. Okay, but like, it's, I mean...
It's not like that.
No, but it is. Like, you're... I wasn't super surprised. He said, you know, probably I'd like it to be Brittany or Mitch, preferably Brittany this week. I was like, okay, that's fine, as long as it's not me this week. And he said, yeah, like, I promise it won't be you. I want to work with you and Leia. I really trust you. I was like, cool, I've given you no reason to trust me, but sure. And then, can't work with Angela. I don't even know Kara or like so it's like
if you try to work with Kara and Thal, that would just be like
I can't. I don't know them at all. Like I can't work with Kara and Thal, and also they're so tight with Tarowski that like there's no hope for. So you're like you are my only hope.
The dynamic is pretty much Tarowski and Thal, and then they have Kara as their third. They have Angela as their third. And like technically I'm supposed to also be in like a trio with those like 2.
Right.
So like from our perspective, like it's like Tarowski running things, but it's kind of like both Tarowski and Thal like really in the middle of everything. And Akshay is just kind of like there. But he will need him in the future.
Right,
so
yeah, and so I told Cooper like I'm gonna meet with Tarowski and try to make Tarowski think that I'm totally with him. So that he doesn't think I'm talking to you.
He was trying to play himself in the middle, and like we kind of already caught him in a ton of lies. Like even though he's stuck with me so far, I don't doubt that he's going to be like scheming against me in the near future.
We are in the minority. There are 4 Maison, there are 6 Neela, so it doesn't look great for us. My main thing was like, I just don't want them to write my name down because, you know, we're pretty sure it's the merge, it's going to be one of the Maison players that's gonna go home. They both are kind of controlling a lot of the other Neela people, and so they're good people to talk to anyway. And I found out after that meeting also that like Cooper and Leia know each other outside of the game, at least to some extent. There was like this picture on Facebook of them together, and then Leia untagged herself from it, so she clearly doesn't want us to know that they know each other, but it was like this Halloween picture where they were like, he was one of the 7 dwarves and she was like the evil witch, so she clearly knows him well enough that she's in like a group Halloween picture with him. I don't want to speculate too much about that and like assume that they're like best friends and they're totally working together, because like who knows, maybe they're not, but it does worry me a little bit. But, you know, I told Cooper, like, you know, I mean, I'm 100% with you, so, you know, it doesn't even matter if it's Tarowski this week or next week. Like, I'm going to stick with you.
I'm hoping Akshay and I can put ourselves in the middle still, so that the Neela people still want to work with us. Those four are tight. Like, we are going to need to start working Maison.
So we're fucked.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Tarowski probably feels like he's running the show, but making a big move at 12, first person that wants to make another big move, he's going to be the target. Making a big move maybe closer to like 8 or 9 might be the better call, especially if I can still put myself in the middle. Good job, Cooper, on that one.
What's gonna happen this week, they're gonna take an easy vote. To me, that means Leia or Brittany.
Okay.
From the start, my first conversations with Akshay, and the reason I have it is because I want to get information. I want to see what strategic moves he plans on making in the future, and then I can leverage those for or against him and for me as well.
Because I know the 2 Alexes went camping together, so they're tight, and the 2 girls are doing whatever they say.
Yeah.
Right?
There we go. Quite frankly.
That's it.
Then the way this is going right now, if we go straight through to the 6, we just basically ensure that Cooper goes 6th and I go 5th.
Yeah, exactly. Agree. Yes.
And the Alexes are there with 2 goats, basically,
yes.
And they get to pick and choose who they want to take to the end. They assume that I don't think I'm on the bottom.
Okay.
They think that, oh, this guy's totally oblivious. He doesn't. I know that Thal would have voted me out if he didn't have that item. Like, you guys would have voted me. He was too scared to go to Rox.
And you know, us putting votes on you was just because we knew Thal was more likely.
Exactly.
And it didn't matter.
No, I knew 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it was going to be my name. What I want to happen is I want Brittany to go, just because I don't think she'll ever want to work with me in the future.
Okay.
Then, if that happens, if Brittany's gone, maybe we either make a move that vote, or we take out Leia and make a move next vote.
From their perspective, Angela and Kara are joined at the hip with the two Alexes, that the two Alexes are leading the show, and that they have no intentions of keeping Akshay and Cooper long into this game. And Akshay tells me, you know, we would love to flip this week with you guys, but then we become the bottom two of a 6-person alliance again, so it's not beneficial for us. He says basically, you know, next week is the week we'll do it, we'll vote off a Maison this week, and next week we'll flip. And I say, fine, try to keep me around, but I don't want to take a 1-in-4 shot at going home. So Cooper and Akshay are on the bottom, but Akshay's not going to flip this week, and nor is Cooper.
I was this close to telling him about Cooper. I was so close to telling him, I know Cooper, he's the reason we got screwed, like, we have to figure out how to maneuver around him. But I held my tongue. We told Cooper that we want Mitch to stay around, but whether it's Mitch or Brittany, it's kind of like, you know, it's whatever. The 3 Maison who are left will then side with Cooper and Akshay. And I told him I was fine with it, but obviously I'm not fine with that. Mitch essentially sits back in his chair and he's like, if you think that that's the best play for you, like, I understand you like to make big moves. I don't want to rock the boat, but you can go ahead and do that if you want to. And it occurred to me at that point, I can make Mitch scared. Liz did half the work for me. Liz texted him and is like, Cooper says you're probably going home next. I was like, yeah, he said that you're probably going home. He's going to try and save you. And all of a sudden, Mitch is like, Leia, I have to go to Tarowski. I have to tell him. Like, you have to let me do it.
Our only choice to avoid one of us going home is to go to Tarowski and reveal that we know that Cooper and Akshay are on the bottom. If you guys let them stay around till next week, they will come to the remaining 3 Maison originals and flip on you guys. They've put themselves in the middle.
Now, going into this next week, it's very much like, if Cooper thinks that I'm comfortable, even if I am safe, even if Cooper can assure me that, and even if Cooper means it, I'm not going to sit back in this game and play other people's game. I'm the type of player who wants to play my game.
It was a great move last week. I don't know if I would have the balls to risk something like that. I probably, if I was in your spot, would have played both of them and one for myself. So, yeah, the conversation with Alex is like the Alex's is the easiest one I've ever had because it's just telling the truth. So I wanted to meet with you guys for a reason, and you know, I obviously down 6-4, I feel a little scared, especially with the trajectory of Cam and Matthew. And so I wouldn't be coming to you with this information if I didn't feel like I was in danger this week. But I am very, very confident that Cooper and Akshay have every intent to flip on you guys next week. Really? Very, very confident.
Mitch came to Thal and I, and he said, Liz talked to Cooper, and Cooper told her that they would want to probably vote out Brittany this vote, and then turn on us the next vote. And he showed me texts between him and Liz saying that Liz trusts Cooper completely and stuff like that.
And so I say, guys, listen, you could bite this in the butt right now by voting one of them off this week. Yes, it's self-preserving because it takes votes off me, but it's also in your guys' best interest. Because if you can rope in Angela, Kara, yourselves, and me, that's 5 votes that go to Cooper this week. And you're, avoiding this problem before it happens. Now, Liz has been telling me 5-6 different stories all week, and it's just getting me so confused and so rattled. And so I lost 2 allies in Matthew and Cam, and now I don't have Liz. And I don't really talk with Leia or Brittany that much. I talk with Brittany because when we swapped tribes, we had to work together. But, I'm on an island right now. Yeah. That's how I honestly feel.
So I've never really trusted Cooper. The entire game, he's been running off to everybody, telling everybody different things. He wanted to pit, me, Thal, and Kara against Angela, Lavana, and Akshay at one point. And I've known for the entire game that I'm going to have to cut him out pretty early on in the merge. And now it's coming to fruition.
Mitch and I, we've had a working relationship the past couple weeks, and it's been on the grounds of sort of we're both rational players and we want to you know, we both have certain best interests that can often correlate and align with each other. And for this pre-merge, it was a lot about just like, we both want to make the merge and we can both make that happen by working together. So we may not have been voting together the past 2 votes, but we've certainly helped make sure to keep one another around.
Even though he technically is cut, like, we had all the leverage, he came to us and he like really dominated the conversation and like cut us off at times, which kind of was off-putting, but Thal just kind of thinks that's the way he talks.
I don't talk to Cooper, ever. Last time I talked with him was the summit. And Akshay, I'm not fucking talking to that dude. I'm really not. I think the better move this week is if we voted Cooper because he's a better player, but I'm fine with Akshay too.
Yeah.
It threw up a few red flags, but I think in general I do believe this story. There is a scenario where Mitch is just really trying to pit us all against each other, and if that's true, it's really working. But either way, I know I have to get Cooper. I've known that I have to vote out Cooper. And whether it's this vote or the next vote, I'd rather be safe and get him out now.
But again, this is all very up in the air, and I really don't know how I feel about any of this yet.
First thing is first, can I have individual immunity back from both of you? Thank you.
Like, no. Okay.
I'm never gonna see that this year.
Nope.
Probably not.
Oh, I did that.
Right. Immunity is back up for grabs. Drop your buffs.
Oh, yeah.
We have merged.
Can we keep our buffs though?
It took so long.
Drop them.
I'm leaving them right by my feet.
Today, before we get to the challenge, we need to have a little bit of new tribal bonding, so I say we all go paint the rock. So this is what we're gonna do. Everybody come grab some supplies. We're gonna head over to the rock. We'll paint it real quick and then we'll get to the challenge, all right?
You wanna pass out the buffs?
Can we pick up the buffs now?
No, it's just this.
This is for fun, right?
You know, in Survivor, there's a merge, and during the merge feast, there's always a clue hidden inside the food. So I'm, of course, like on high alert the entire night to try to find this clue. So they give us a bag, and inside this bag are like lanterns, and immediately Leia, of course Leia, only Leia, like takes possession of this bag, and I'm just standing over her, watching her look through this bag for a clue. And I saw like paper going around, but I think it was just the lining of the bag, and then I thought I saw a little piece of paper inside. But I was just watching all of this, seeing like who was going to take the clue, and if there even was a clue and who got it.
Why are you zooming in on me?
You made it weird in the face. Maybe I can only get the first time.
Yeah, that's good.
No, no.
There is some
Right into it.
hot chocolate!
Hell yeah. Oh, man, actually. They did it.
I was, and then I...
Yeah.
Oh, you knocked off the top. That's okay.
No problem. Names I came up with are immortalized in Survivor Michigan forever. I'm very happy.
Are you guys satisfied? Perfect. You guys satisfied? All right. You guys ready to get to the immunity challenge? All right, let's head on out.
Can I turn the...
Today we are going to play a game of ladder ball. Each of you will have a chance to throw 5 balls at the target.
There we go.
Okay? First, on the top, you get 1 point, 2 points is in the middle, 3 points is on the bottom. After your 5 tries, you will have a certain amount of points. The person with the highest amount of points at the end of the challenge will win. If there's a tie between a multiple amount of people, we will do a second round, and the winner of that will become immune for this tribal council. Is everybody clear on the rules? All right, let's get started. Angela, you want to come?
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Angela misses her first. Ooh. Angela still with no points after 3 throws. There is 3 points for Angela. And 3 more with a total of 6 points for Angela. Next up, Cooper. One point for Cooper. Cooper has 1 point, has 2 more throws. Cooper ends with 1 point. Angela's still in the lead with 6 points. Akshay, you're up. It's awkward standing over there. Like, no one's making any noise, they're just like tossing.
I feel like that's way worse, actually.
First miss.
What? What more do I need to do?
Still no points.
Thanks, George. Should I hit it in every other way too? Thank you.
There is 3 points for Akshay.
Oh crap.
But he misses the last shot. Angela's still in the lead with 6 points. Krowski, you're up next.
What is going on in this back alleyway?
Tarowski misses his first. 3 more for Tarowski. Another close one.
You get 2 more, you get 2 more.
That's 2. And Angela stays in the lead with 6 points. Next up is Leia. Two points for Leia. Another 3 more, 5 points for Leia. Still 5 points. And with 2 more, Leia is in the lead.
No clapping?
It hits us all at once.
Next up is Mitch.
Nice.
Good job. First miss for Mitch. 2 points. Another 2 points for Mitch. 4 points total. Oh! It's close getting 3. Needs a 3 to tie. He doesn't get it. Leia still in the lead with 7 points. Next up is Kara. She won with crutches. Can she win now? 2 points for Kara. 3 points, but Leia's still in the lead with 7. Next up, Brittany. First throw. It's a miss for Brittany. Leia stays in the lead with 7 points. Next up, Liz.
Oh, Liz.
3 points immediately for Liz on her first throw.
What was that? Okay.
A big miss, but it's okay. Liz still in it.
Downfall? Alright. Yeah, why the fuck are you not nice to me?
4 points for Liz. Maybe she could get more.
You're doing great, George.
But she doesn't. Leia stays in the lead. 7 points. Last up, Ball. Miss for Thal. Oh! It was close, but still no points for Thal. Oh! Again, another miss for Thal, and it doesn't matter. Leia wins individual immunity.
Guys, so close. That was stolen. That was
All you.
It's like when you're
Alright,
spinning something on your
Leia,
finger
come
and it
grab
flies
it.
off your fingers.
Alright, Leia, safe from the boat this week. See you guys in trouble. council where one of you will become the first member of the Survivor mission, Victor's Valiant, during.
Whoa.
George uncovers the like painting equipment to go paint the rock, but I ended up just happening to go over to the purple like spray paint can, and I found this little note attached to the bottom. So that was pretty cool. I stuffed it in my pocket right away, and I don't think anybody else saw. And I immediately think, oh, that's the diag. And I guess I like pulled up Google Maps and like looked at it, and it pretty much perfectly matches the lines like crossing through the middle of the diag. It's been just a little under an hour, and I checked trees, bushes, under the lids of trash cans. I don't even know. Anywhere you could think of, didn't find anything. So it doesn't seem to be in an obvious spot, at least. Yeah, might go out at some other point, but also might try to wait for another clue to come out, just because this one is pretty vague.
I mean, obviously throughout this whole process, I'm talking to Leia. This is mine and hers idea from the start. We are in this together, and we agree that it's best for the moment to not mention this to the larger group until our meeting, which is taking place later today.
That being said, I didn't want to keep private my conversation with the Alexes for long. So, kind of to save myself, but to save all four of us, I met with Alex and basically said, listen, Cooper and Akshay, regardless of which Maison you want to work with next week, will flip on you next week. And so I said,
Wait, so you just straight up told them?
Yes. And this is why.
Wait, but okay, Mitch, did you tell them that we were with Cooper and
No, I said any one of us would, regardless of which Maison you vote off, the remaining three will work with Cooper and Akshay because it's better to bring in two and be the top of a 5-person alliance than to go to them and be the bottom. Liz, at least, seemed like she was prepared to totally let a Maison go and then just work with the remaining two Maison plus herself and then Cooper and Akshay, and honestly, like a little selfish. Like, she wasn't prepared to go to bat for us at all. If we are somehow, us four, able to get them to divide on each other this week, it'll literally be amazing. Really, amazing. Part 2 of the plan involves Leia, Liz, or Brittany spilling the beans about me leaking to Cooper and Akshay. If Leia, Liz, or Brittany tells Cooper and Akshay that the solid 4 Neela plus Mitchell are voting for one of you guys this week, if they feel like 4 votes are going their way, 5 votes are going their way, including mine, they have no choice but to flip this week, ideally voting off Tarowski. And that puts me then in the middle of the situation. I can either stick with Alex's, Angela, Kara, and it would be a 5-5 tie, or I could go with Cooper, Akshay, and my original Maison people and vote 6-4 Tarowski.
So I told her a little bit on the walk over.
Yeah. How much did you say?
It just makes me
that
say that.
Akshay and Cooper were thinking about something.
Yeah.
Think about Akshay and the 4 Maisons teaming up, but they hate him so much. I don't even think
You
that's
mean
a
at the
problem.
next round when it's only
Yeah.
5-4? That's my one worry about not taking out a Maison is that then they're that much closer to just they hate one person.
Yeah, I think.
Leia called me this morning and said that she'd already called Mitch, or that one of them had called the other, and yeah, Mitch told her that he'd gone to Tarowski with the plan. Pretty much, Mitch went behind Liz and Leia's back from what I gather and just did that, but I'm confused. I don't know, I just don't understand why he would have done that. Leia says it was pretty much just to cover his own ass this week, but I don't even, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I guess we just need to decide which Maison member is going. Yeah. So I think we're good until 6. think so. I really do. Wow. That would be amazing.
That would definitely be
I had to count
boring
for a second.
TV,
Tell
but
me I
great
was
for
like-
us.
So we were like, it was pretty much a formality of like, oh, which Maison member do we want out this week, even though we're gunning for each other.
Then Tarowski came to me in Espresso after the meeting and basically told me we had to do this to get, to show, like, try to be solid. And so that's fine, it's all checking out. And then I get a text conversation from Leia, a screenshot. This is from Cooper to Liz and Leia. Hey, so just met with the Alexes and Kara. Because I'm not losing either of you, I need to talk to Akshay because we have to flip this week. So I'm sitting here, I have half the tribe wanting to flip on each other, and I have now the other half of the tribe wanting to flip on the other. I think we are all going to be absolutely ecstatic that votes appear to be going across the aisle on the original Neela group.
And Mitch had told us that Cooper will probably be suggesting Brittany, because Liz and Leia told Cooper that Brittany would be the one to go after. But Cooper kind of sat back and let us make a decision, which leads me to believe Cooper's actually gunning for me this vote, and he doesn't care who I vote for. If he wanted to flip for next time, he wouldn't want Brittany in because Brittany hates Akshay. If he doesn't care if Brittany gets voted out now, that there's a good chance that means he's coming after me now. So if we wanted to vote out Cooper, and assuming Cooper wants to postpone, if Cooper is trying to make his move this week, it's a way bigger problem, because the way he would do it is that Cooper and Akshay would flip with the 4 Maisons, and Mitch in that scenario is more likely to stay with his own Maisons than he is to put himself out on the line just for a 5-5 split. So, that could suck.
We just had our meeting with Cooper and Akshay. We gave them ample evidence that there is every intent for the Alexes and Kara to flip on them this week. They have no choice now. They have absolutely no choice but to vote off Tarowski. I put in a lot of work this week, as did Leia. This is our plan. This is what we really worked. This was the goal from the start. Can we get them each wanting to vote each other out this week, and then we could pick our side, and picked it, we did.
I, at this point, have pretty much put all of my eggs in Cooper's basket. That, sounded really weird. I don't know.
And the 6 of us, if Akshay, I don't know about him, and if Akshay and Cooper are on board, the 6 of us are going to put 6 votes on Tarowski. And that's the plan. Cooper and I met tonight for the first time. He seems super great. We didn't get to record it because both of our phones weren't working, but Akshay and I walked and we sorted out our differences. Akshay still thinks I purposely kicked him. I'm just not going to even go there. This is my first time lying. I just had to have a whole nother call with Thal tonight, pretending to be in on this plan that I'm not part of, and that's my first time lying in this game so far.
There's some, I'm thinking about this long term. I want to work with you guys long term, and I would like to do whatever I can on my end to make you feel more comfortable with working with us. Not just on this vote, but...
What you've been doing is making me feel comfortable. From the way I play this game, if people offer me final 3 or final 2, I take it as if they're lying to me. So if you just tell me, week to week, at least we'll have conversations, that's all I need to know.
Well, the reason I don't go with the Alexes is because we have Cooper and Akshay on our camp now. And so if we have a 6 with 4 Maison plus 2 original Neela, that puts me and the rest of the Maison in a phenomenal situation where we're at the top.
You've got to make your move now.
Yeah.
They already don't trust you, so
I know.
it wouldn't make that big of a difference.
I know.
I think that they don't think Brittany will ever work with me in the future.
The vote after the merge is huge, and I wanted to be in a power position. So if I've slightly put a target on my back in order for that to happen, fine. But what it looks like is all the votes this coming tribal are going to be on Neela people.
The Maisons have options, and they're going to do whatever benefits them most. So do you think they'd rather get Cooper out, or do you think they'd rather work with Cooper?
there's just too many loose ends. Like everyone is yeah, you're right. It's just insane. Everyone is telling everyone everything.
Yeah, everyone knows everything.
So what are we supposed to do then?
I don't know, because I don't know what everyone actually believes or wants to do.
I've been approached by almost every Maison, convincing me I should flip on you two in particular.
Thanks.
And like,
typical. I'm gonna call them out for racism and say that.
I had 2 fucking idols and played them both
For Neela people to save all 6 of us.
I would not have done that if I didn't have every intention of going Neela strong.
Yeah.
Cooper does not want to vote out Liz because he has some sort of connection with her, and that he would rather vote for me with the 4 Maisons over voting for Liz.
Shit.
Yeah, so, but Akshay told me that if we can switch the vote to Mitch or Brittany, then Cooper will vote for that person with us, with all 6 Neela. So he told me to text Cooper and bring up the possibility of switching the vote to Brittany. And Cooper was like, no, we should keep the vote the same. Let's vote for Liz. Alright. Yeah, thanks again for your help.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Just don't bring that up, please.
Yeah, of course. Bye.
This is the most complicated...
This doesn't make any sense.
Nothing makes sense.
Again, unfortunately, as much as I've wanted to not, Tarowski and I have been seen as a twosome for a majority of the game now, and when a target is on one of us, it's on both of us. I think a large target is on Tarowski right now because he made a massive move this past tribal council, and it was pretty much revealed to everyone at this point to have 2 idols.
I am Tony fucking Soprano, and when I hear that a rat is in my group, he's gotta get whacked. So that just leaves you, which I think that you've been telling me the truth.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't tell you their entire plan. Just
yeah,
to
I know.
talk you over.
I know. I appreciate that. I'm going to tell you something I haven't told anyone yet.
Okay.
Which is that yesterday at the challenge,
You found the idol clue.
yes. And not only did I find the idol clue,
You found the idol.
I have the idol.
Wow. What a guy.
And to prove to you my loyalty to you and my trust in you, I will give you the idol after the votes. If I'm still around at the end of tonight, I will give this to you.
Wow.
And I hope that we can continue this.
Yeah, I hope so too. I also hope you're not just blowing steam up my ass.
Dude. I hope this could give you a little more security.
Wow.
Yeah, just...
So we have made it to the merge. Leia, you are safe this week, but do you feel safe in general for the coming weeks? There's an obvious divide from the outset of Old Maison and Old Neela. Talk a little bit about that.
I was texting some people earlier, and I think the thing that I said is, like, no, I'm still nervous for Tribal tonight, because as long as your people, like, my people are still on the line tonight, and your people are your life in this game. So obviously, like, I'm nervous tonight as well. And yeah, there's a divide, and I don't want to see anyone go. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Tarowski, she obviously says her people. Are there, like, certain people that, are pretty obviously working together? Are we going by tribal lines, or has there been talk between the tribes, the old tribes?
Well, I mean, everyone talks, I say. Like, the 4 of them have definitely been trying to reach out to as many people as they can, which is completely understandable. But as far as I know, we are doing it by tribal lines.
Angela, obviously there are benefits and some negatives to flipping and going with another group. Do you think it's better to be secure in a group of 6, or do you think that if you're on the bottom, you might want to make a move and go to the other side?
I can see why people would want to go to the other side, but I also don't see a point in being in the minority on the other side, just because Maison has done such a good job of like sticking together, and like you totally see that they're working together based off of like you tell one Maison something and all of a sudden all of them know. So like you know they're working together and you know they're tight, and you don't want to be at the bottom of their 4 either.
So Brittany, if that's the case, how do you somehow wiggle your way into the other side, knowing that it might be just one of you 4 going this week?
I mean, you just have to make the other people realize that, yeah, it's a 6, but within that 6, like, I mean, there's a lot that needs, I don't know where my answer's going.
Kara, coming to this tribal, what are you thinking of when you want to move forward? If you're going to do what you want to do tonight, who do you take out and why?
Wait, hold on, I'm just...
You don't have to give me a name, but what would be a reason for you to vote someone out tonight?
I feel like we worked so hard last week to align the 6 as strong as we did. So I feel like everything would be ruined if we didn't go forth and eliminate someone along tribal lines.
Trowski, obviously we had a tribe bonding moment when we painted the rock together. Was there any like situation where you wanted to strategize during that moment, or do you guys think that you guys just felt as paranoid as possible and just wanted to just like paint the rock?
I think conversationally, everyone was just painting the rock, and that's it.
Honestly, we were tired, George. It was freaking late.
And it was slightly cold. I don't know if you noticed.
Leia, you are safe tonight, but if one of your Maison is going home this week, you know, basically what do you have to do in order to ensure your safety next week if you can't win this immunity?
You know, I gotta put my hands together for Nilo last week because the 6 of Maison probably would have stuck together. But sitting here, I mean, maybe this week, but I'm not so sure about next week or the week after. So my goal right now is to make it to the point where they start turning on each other. Because no, I don't think I think that they might be telling the truth this week, but they are not as tight. They're not going to the end of the game yet.
So Akshay, if it's gonna stay to old tribal lines, and it seems like it's just gonna be 1 by 1 Maison, do you ever feel uncomfortable in a situation like that where maybe now is the time to make the move when you have these 4 other people coming to you looking for a savior?
Timing is everything in Survivor, but is it good timing when you go from, you know, if you feel you're on the bottom of a 6, would it make sense to go to the bottom of another alliance with people you haven't worked with at all?
Alright, well on that note, we're going to get to the vote. Leia has immunity. You cannot cast a vote for Leia tonight. Actually, you're up first.
It's time to cut the head off the snake.
I wanted to keep Nilo together, but some people had different plans.
Bada bing.
You're a huge threat, and I'm glad that I could be the one to send you home.
Alright, I'll go tally the votes. Alright, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and they would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted off will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Jaraski. 1 vote Jaraski. Jaraski. It's 2 votes Jaraski. Jaraski. It's 3 votes Jaraski. 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 It's 4 votes Jaraski. Jaraski. 5 votes Jaraski. Cooper. 5 votes Tarowski, 1 vote Cooper. Cooper. That's 5 votes Tarowski, 2 votes Cooper. Cooper. That's 5 votes Tarowski, 3 votes Cooper. Cooper. That's 5 votes Tarowski, 4 votes Cooper, 1 vote left. Cooper. It's a 5-5 tie between Tarowski and Cooper. We'll have a revote. Brittany, you're up first.
Put me on the cold bar.
First vote. Tarowski. 1 vote Tarowski. Cooper. 1 vote Tarowski, 1 vote Cooper.
Questions about that one.
I really want to know about that one.
Tarowski. 2 votes Tarowski, 1 vote Cooper. Cooper. 2 votes Tarowski, 2 votes Cooper. Tarowski. Cooper. 3 votes Tarowski, 3 votes Cooper. Tarowski. 4 votes Tarowski, 3 votes Cooper. Cooper. We are at another tie. Rules of Survivor state in the event of the second tie, we go to deliberations. This means, Cooper, Tarowski, you will be safe in the event of a rock draw. You must all come to a decision, a unanimous decision, between either voting out Cooper or Tarowski. If not, Cooper and Tarowski become safe, and all of you will draw rocks. The odd rock out is just gone. Talk.
I'm not flipping.
Wait,
Then we're
you're not
done. If
flipping,
my
you're
people
saying
won't
you're
flip,
willing
I'm
to
not
go to
gonna
rock?
flip.
If he was not going to vote with us today,
I'll go to rocks for Cooper. Tarowski never touched him.
You're saying
It's not happening.
It's
not happening.
Mitch, you're
It's
saying
not.
we're
You
screwed
can
no
say
matter
whatever you
what,
want. It's not
so might as well
happening.
draw a rock because we're screwed if Tarowski's so scared.
yeah, I mean, if
Why
I'm
do you
facing
guys think
votes
why?
with us,
Honestly, we're gonna say what they need to say.
I'm gonna stay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Good luck.
All right, have you guys come to a unanimous decision?
No.
We are drawing rocks. Odd rock out will be the person eliminated. Leia, you will not draw a rock. You are immune tonight. Cooper, Tarowski, you are also safe. The white rock goes home. Hold your hands out, close, fist. Do not open until I say open. Flip it over like this. Do not open your hand. On the count of 3, we will all open white rock. You're eliminated from the game. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Kara. Kara, that's it. Come grab your torch.
guys, can we get a 5 right here?
I like honestly am sad right now.
Well, we've had everything in this game, from a rock draw, idle plays, everything. Game is still wide open. Merge is a long time. Get your stuff, head on out.
Next time on Survivor. The game has completely flipped.
We're having our Maison meeting, of which I am now included.
You're Maison.
Which I am now included.
And who's to say it won't again?
Someone brought up idols or something like that, and then Tarowski
is like, oh, you mean this one? And he
What?
I mean, I can't think of a better person to go out for, so, you know, I wish I could have won and gone to the final 3 like we planned, but at least I know I have 2 good Alliance members still in there, and I hope they win.